Hello, and welcome to Easy Work Abroad, your go-to channel for all things related to immigration and work opportunities abroad. Have you been looking for a way to work in Canada without taking the IELTS? If so, then you're in luck because in this video, we will discuss the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project NBCWP and how it can help eligible foreign workers secure a job and work permit in Canada without taking the IELTS. If you're wondering what this project is about, why it was introduced, and how it can benefit you, keep watching. So, stay tuned to learn more about this exciting program. But first, let me ask you a question. Do you know what a critical worker shortage is, and how it affects the economy and society? If not, then let me explain. Critical worker shortages happen when there is a lack of skilled workers in specific industries, which can cause disruptions and delays in services, production, and innovation. This shortage can lead to economic losses, as well as social and cultural impacts. So, to address this issue, the Canadian government has introduced various programs and initiatives, including the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project NBCWP, which we'll be discussing today. What is the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project? The New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project NBCWP is a program introduced by the Canadian government to address critical worker shortages in specific industries in the province of New Brunswick. The program aims to attract foreign workers to fill job vacancies that cannot be filled by Canadian citizens or permanent residents. This program is different from the typical federal programs in that it does not require applicants to take the IELTS. Why Canadian government introduced New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project NBCWP? The Canadian government introduced the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project NBCWP to address the labor market needs of New Brunswick, particularly in the healthcare, agriculture, and IT sectors. These sectors are facing critical worker shortages, and the government is looking for ways to attract and retain skilled workers in these industries. The NBCWP is part of the government's efforts to increase the number of immigrants coming to Canada, particularly in the Atlantic region, experiencing population decline and labor shortages. By encouraging more skilled workers to come to New Brunswick, the government hopes to stimulate economic growth, create new jobs, and improve the quality of life for Canadians. How does the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project NBCWP work? The New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project NBCWP works by connecting eligible foreign workers with designated employers in specific industries in New Brunswick. These employers have been identified as having critical worker shortages and have been approved by the government to participate in the program. Foreign workers who are selected to participate in the program will receive a work permit that is tied to the designated employer for a specified period. The work permit will allow the worker to work and live in New Brunswick and will be renewable under certain conditions. Who are the identified employers for New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project NBCWPP? The identified employers for the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project NBCWP are those employers in specific industries that have been approved by the government to participate in the program. These industries include healthcare, agriculture, and IT, among others. To become an identified employer, an employer must demonstrate that they have a critical worker shortage in their industry, and that they are committed to working with the government to attract and retain skilled workers. Identified employers must also meet certain criteria, such as paying a competitive wage and providing a positive work environment. Eligibility for the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot. To be eligible for the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project NBCWP, foreign workers must meet certain criteria, including having a valid job offer from an identified employer in New Brunswick, meeting the education and experience requirements for the job, having the required language proficiency in English or French, having sufficient financial resources to support themselves and any dependents. One of the unique aspects of this program is that it does not require applicants to take the IELTS language proficiency test. Benefits of the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot. The New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project (NBCWP) offers several benefits for foreign workers and identified employers. Some of these benefits include: for foreign workers, opportunity to work and live in Canada, ability to bring immediate family members with them to Canada, possibility of becoming a permanent resident of Canada. For identified employers, access to a pool of skilled workers to address critical worker shortages, opportunity to build a diverse workforce, assistance with the recruitment and retention of skilled workers. How to apply for the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project (NBCWP). To apply for the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project (NBCWP), foreign workers must follow a few steps. First, they must find a job offer from an identified employer in New Brunswick in one of the eligible industries. Once they have a job offer, they must submit an application for a work permit under the NBCWP. The application process includes filling out the required forms, providing supporting documentation, and paying the application fee. It is important to note that the identified employer must first receive approval from the government of New Brunswick before the foreign worker can apply for a work permit. Therefore, foreign workers should ensure that their identified employer has received approval before they submit their work permit application. After the foreign worker submits their work permit application, they will undergo a medical examination and security check. If the application is approved, they will receive a work permit that is valid for up to 2 years. The foreign worker may apply to extend their work permit or apply for permanent residency in Canada after their work permit expires. In conclusion, the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Project (NBCWP) is an excellent opportunity for foreign workers to work and live in Canada without having to take the IELTS. The program addresses critical worker shortages in specific industries in New Brunswick and benefits both foreign workers and identified employers. If you meet the eligibility criteria, we highly recommend that you consider applying for the NBCWP. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Easy Work Abroad, for more informative videos on immigration and work opportunities abroad. Thanks for watching.